Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, if you're on YouTube. Yes, I need a boat. Give me the boat. Give me the boat. Give me the boat. Give me the boat. 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 Give me the boat. Give me the boat. Give me the boat. 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 Today I had some of my chili. By the way, the command word to activate the boat is Wendersnaven. Anywho, just a little bit too spicy, I think. I vary up my chili recipe basically every time I make it. This time I had, I basically put in habaneros and black pepper. That's just a little bit too much. So if I don't talk for a bit, it's because my tongue is still on fire. I like spice, don't mistake me. But spice has to be done well. Otherwise it's just heat. And nobody wants heat, right?
Two more lost. We cannot afford this, not now.
Hi, Nadaj.
They wouldn't think to attack from this side. Where is she?
Is there anything I can do?
Forgive my rudeness. I have been greatly troubled lately. I am Nadaj. Welcome to the Lorerun's garrison.
Oh my god, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. As ever. Much appreciate. You want to put that towards anything? If you just want to say Breath of the Wild, that's totally cool. And thanks, dude. Exactly, you need to have flavorful spice, not just spice. I think, if anything, I'm going to try next time. I'll do habaneros, and I'm thinking I'll switch the beans over to garbanzo beans. And I think I'll remove the black pepper from the equation. Or just do a lot less. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breath of the Wild. You got it. Thanks again, dude. Okay, so what do you mean?
Is it not obvious? We are no longer welcome here. The Ashen Wood has decided it.
Okay.
These attacks are only part of the problem. A few days ago, after the first attacks, we sent berserkers into the forest with offerings to appease the spirits.
Okay, there's your first problem. You don't send berserkers as a diplomatic envoy. That's not... That's like sending a chef to a maternity ward. It's not... No.
When they did not return, we sent more. We were stretched thin before that. Now we are making our last stand.
Yeah, Takoida, you're absolutely right. Since we're about to meet Dalenka. Alright. Grant me access, I'll go look for him.
You misunderstand. My berserkers are not missing. They are gone. Claimed by the forest, just as his garrison is soon to be. And yet, if you are here to contact the Woodman, perhaps we are not at cross purposes.
So she's being reasonable, right?
You will need to speak to Dalenka first. As a Hatheran, a witch, she is the only one who can grant you access to the Ashen Wood.
One of the things I'm kind of hoping to do, Blackfile, is to reintroduce more rice into my diet, assuming I do successfully manage to get an apartment. Because then I'll have the availability of, cooking, and I'll be able to cook rice, and it'll be awesome. Because right now all I got is a crock pot and a microwave. That's what I got. Aren't you a Hatheran?
I am an Hatheran. An acolyte, you might say, to the Hatherans. The lowest of their order. The witch's pecking order is based on age rather than talent. In time, I will be equal to the other Hatherans. For now, I must be patient.
I know, Mike's. It's funny to me that was their first go-to. All right, berserkers, go talk to those people. And why are you calling them berserkers? Anyways.
Since she is not out here with the rest of us, she will be in her dwelling in the northwest part of the garrison.
Okay. Well, let's go find this woman. I'm sure she'll be reasonable. I mean, this woman was very reasonable and will never betray us for any reason. Therefore, I have no doubt Dalenka will also be reasonable. What do we got here? Hello? 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 Ah, there you are. Dalenka!
forest has gone mad, and I can find no explanation. I ask the spirits, I pray to the gods. I search within my heart. Nothing. To think. All I had to do was wait, and the solution would walk right in through the front door, drawn here for reasons hollow as its soul.
Yeah, hi. Hi to you, too. I need to go speak with the Woodman.
I know why you have come, stranger, and the answer is no. I will not abet this fool's errand of yours.
Why?
I will not be the one who allowed you to complete the destruction your kind has wrought here.
But I'm looking for a cure, not destruction.
I know what you are, stranger. In the face of that, who you are matters little. I do not have the manpower to keep you out of the forest, but you shall receive no guidance. May you meet your fate in the forest as swiftly as my berserkers met theirs. Good day.
Okay, well, she was nice. Actually, funnily enough, you notice how she is surprisingly reasonable, despite literally being antagonistic towards us. Nadaj says, She says I'm on my own for finding the Woodman. Delenka refuses to help. This does not surprise me. Don't worry, I will tell you what I know. I found that when one wishes to do good, appealing to the highest powers is not the best course of action. Bet you have, Kalen. The Woodman is the soul of the forest. If anyone were to put an end to the attacks on the garrison, it would be him. I myself went into the forest to speak with him only a few days ago, but he was not there. How could he just be gone? I don't think he's missing, it's just he's too weak to show himself. The Telthor spoke of problems deep in the woods, new problems that threaten its survival. The Woodman's strength is not what it once was, and if the forest is weakened, so too is he. I can deal with those problems. I believe that is the case. The problems are new since the last time the Woodman was seen. So, Telthor has mentioned a number of large threats to the forest. Blight has infected. Yeah, that's right. Some of these monsters were blighted. Yes. There's also word of a large fire. You haven't by any chance seen an impulsive, red-headed mage girl with anger management problems lately, have you? No. Why do you ask? No reason. The last problem is that a Telthor sanctuary to the east has been overrun by intruders that refuse to leave. The sanctuary has been a haven for Telthors for many ages. To lose it to invaders would be devastating. Okay, is that everything? I suppose if you find yourself in need of some additional guidance, you might travel to the Immol Vale and visit the Red Tree. It's not far by boat. It lies in the mountains just east of Ashen Wood. The tree is home, you might say, to two of my Wicklaran sisters, Imsha and Tamlith. They died long ago, but they persist as Telthors. Their wisdom is unsurpassed. Man, she is being really helpful. Some people ask me why I'm so suspicious of every NPC ever when playing things like Dungeons & Dragons. Stuff like this is why. Ah, they're being super helpful. What in the world? One moment. Sorry, I had a voicemail. Usually that means someone who's called me was a real person. It was not. It was spam. You know, every now and again I wish I could just go and find the people who do the spam thing. Not the actual people practicing it. The people who start the spam stuff, right? And just, somehow install a bird that just sits there on their shoulder and can't be dislodged by any means, which just caws every 5 seconds like clockwork until they stop spamming. You know, just something. Just walk up, hi, this is your reminder bird. It's a reminder to not be a dick. Bye! And then I leave. Ugh. Oh yeah. Suppress! On myself. There's a new quiet in the forest. The hostility you felt as you ventured through the ports is gone now. Oh, at irregular intervals, that's even better. Ah. And then, like, a day passes without, and she's like, oh, thank God, it's finally ending. And then all of a sudden, ah.
There's something wrong here. It's as if the forest is alive. Yet it does not feel like a woodman, but something else.
No, nothing goes to the wall. Nothing. Lines. We do not cross the lines, even for fell trolls. I stand by my statement firmly. Nothing deserves the wall. No, I have a much better plan in mind for Merkel. And I hope John goes there to make sure to tell me that I can still do the best ending and do what I want to do to Merkel. Because I actually don't remember, and I need to look that up. Hey, Loserhouse. No, nothing deserves the wall. Nothing. I stand by that firmly. There are certain punishments that should not exist, in my opinion. By the way, literal walking trees. These Ents look weird. Also, Shadow Engine! Shadows everywhere.
This giant ash tree still bears its summer leaves. If the woodman has a home, it must be here. Let's sense him.
Well, Woodman. I'm sorry, as a big fan of Mega Man, I can't say the word Woodman and not think of, you know. Anyways. Not even Casper, no. In the Forgotten Realms setting, I tell you exactly what I would do to people who are horrible. I would cessate them. No afterlife. No possibility of renewal. What possibility of being raised from the dead? Nothing. You're gone. Yeah, it's for crafting. All the crafting centers around essence in this game. You should flee from this place. It is no longer under Telthor protection. There's nothing can be done about it. The frost giants are too many. Once there was refuge in the light of our sanctuary. Now the giants have taken over. This part of the woods is open to any foul creature that walks this way. I'll explain the trolls. I bet I could get rid of the giants. Can't say I'd advise it. They didn't strike me as the reasonable sort. But I do sense something unique about you. Yeah, I'm level 30. So, like most things in the wood, our sanctuary has existed for ages. Used to be the spirit of a powerful dryad watched over it. Supposedly its essence formed a barrier nothing evil could cross. I couldn't say for sure what happened to it because it was before my time, but it said that hundreds of years ago an unnatural creature came to these woods to feed. Sorry. It came here not for flesh and blood, but for the existence of the spirits that dwelt here. It was eventually repelled, but not before it tore the dryad spirit from our sanctuary. Without such a guardian, our sanctuary is vulnerable. In the center of that island over there remains the dryad's tree, which is now a sacred pool. There is where the essence of the dryad spirit was housed. Put simply, it needs to be replaced. I can do that. Ah, you would have my full support. Alright, I'm afraid I would need to ask you to pay the ultimate price. I understand what you ask. I've spent my entire existence watching over this place. If my sacrifice can guarantee its sanctity, then it'd be my honor. Hang on, hang on. Let's see if I can find a usable spirit essence elsewhere. I know, right, Mega Mike? There's a reason I keep calling the wall one of the worst things in fiction. It's because it is. Now, hang on. I feel like I can get this essence somewhere else without killing this guy. No. No. Hey, Galaxy Tides. Welcome back. Okay. So there's one other source, but I don't remember if it's less evil. I mean, obviously this isn't evil. The guy is willingly sacrificing himself. I just would rather avoid willingly sacrificing himself. I mean, this isn't FF4. Why did I get knocked down? Come on. I can't even see what's making me not be able to move. What the hell has got me? There we go.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. The more you struggle, the more painful your death will be.
Okay. There they are. Hi guys. I'm here to save you. I guess. What have you done to him? Be at ease, simple berserker. It wasn't by my hands that your comrade's blood was spilt. No, I arrived too late for that. A 10-day of praying to Malar for a path to power led me here. In my visions, I saw Rashemi berserkers astray in the Ashen Wood, and they became my prey. Unfortunately, the trail ended here with this dying berserker. I'm not sure how this happened to him, but it matters not. My job has been made that much easier. I see through your lies, Dark Hunter, and you will pay for what you did to Grigari. Believe what you will, Malar will savor the dying screams of you both, while I slowly flay the skin from your body, prolonging your demise to sate his bloodlust. Oh, hey, there's another person there. Wait, this stranger is no Rashemi? Yeah, leave. Let's do this. If you stand with my prey, then you must die. Okay, I'm cool with that. Bye. But yeah, the wall, I should probably explain why I consider the wall to be the worst thing. I mean, yeah, it's only eternal damnation, ooh. But it's eternal damnation. It is a very, very agonizing death, which takes place over a significant period of time and cessates you in the end. Kind of. It's debatable, really. It's gross. It hits the body horror thing. I mean, it's literally it's mold and bodies. Just it's wrong. Like I can't put that any other way. In my estimation, in my judgment, whatever you want to call that, it is wrong. Just really, really wrong. But then we get into what really bothers me about it. First of all, it's a thing that all of the deities know about to some extent or another and are basically just okay with. This kind of adds a subtle... not subtle, that's the wrong word. I suppose an insidious layer to the wall. I want you to imagine that someone who is a champion of good and right and justice walks up to you and says, okay, so if you don't do 15 jumping jacks every day for the rest of your life, you're going to, go into the wall. What? Because that is equivalently what it is. I thought you were good and justice right. Of course. Of course I am. Now go to the wall or do your jumping jacks. And we'll know if you're faking the jumping jacks. We'll have the ability to know that. Anyways. Then there's the fact that, and this is probably the thing that pisses me off most of all about it, just about every one of the writers at Wizards of the Coast basically just kind of walks by it like it's not even there. Like, the wall barely actually matters in the fiction of Forgotten Realms. It's almost never referenced. It almost never comes up. I mean, how many stories are centered around it that are not this very game we're playing? So even from an out-of-character perspective, it's still insidious because most people are just like, woo, adventure and stuff. You'd think the wall would be a constant issue. And instead it's just over there in the background being incredibly horrible. We literally have more information and stories about the hells and about the abyss than we do about the frickin' wall. I wonder too, Eingrod, really. No, legitimately, because Because there's a very strong intimation, and we've talked about this a few times before, that the wall is not... It's not only just not public knowledge, because we know that, but more like it's not even high-level knowledge. That there are adventurers who don't even know about the wall, right? Yeah, exactly, Mike. Yeah, I was pretty sure, but thank you for confirming. So they're just like, la la la. Imagine if all of the high-level, high-powered beings across Faerun, of which there are many, suddenly were just made aware of the wall and everything that we know out of character about it. And they were just like, what would they do to that? I imagine a lot of people would react a lot of different ways, honestly. Be a hell of a story, wouldn't it? Ogma just shows up one day. Hi, yeah. I'm going to tell everyone about the wall. I'm going to, like, beam the information directly into all their beings. No, you can't do that. Yeah, I can. Domain of knowledge. And portfolio of not only knowledge, but sharing knowledge. Wong. Ah. Now, I do agree with Takoida. And I think I've already made that point clear, because so few stories acknowledge the wall even existing. I think we have a circumstance where most of the writers are basically just, I'm not going to write about that. I got to write about other stuff. And are just doing their own things, you know. I don't know, Eingrod. I really don't. Yeah, I know the wall isn't in the 4th edition manual at all. In fact, several people, including me, assumed the wall was gone as a consequence of that. However, Baronessa actually shared this earlier in the week. It is in the 5th edition manual, so it's either back or was always there. So, yay. Anyways, so that's my point. I feel like the wall would be less horrible if, I don't know, funnily enough, I do think that actually, destroying the Wall of the Faithless, just getting rid of it as a concept, would be a nice big sea change to Forgotten Realms. Because getting rid of the wall is a good thing. I'm just going to say that bluntly. But what does that change, right? Because it does change several significant things, in my opinion. What happens to all the Faithless now? Because there's plenty of Faithless there. There's a reason the wall is so big. So that all of a sudden becomes a significant cosmological question that will have to be answered by various beings. I could actually see this becoming effectively a debate amongst the deities. What do we do now? I agree, Carwellis. I think this would, and someone earlier said this too, I think this would be a great epic adventure hook. We find out about the wall, we go and we smash the sucker, and then the next edition is the consequences of that. The new status quo that has arisen due to the fact that the Wall of the Faithless is gone. Because as Hieronymus says, what would be the incentive for worship beside, clerics and paladins who get more deliberate stuff out of it? I've said this before, but I kind of like the idea of the deities having to work for a living. Just to put that as bluntly as I can. Now, there are some deities who work for a living. I can name two right off the top of my head. Ilmater and Helm. Both of those guys work and actually do their frickin' jobs. But for the most part, most of the deities are kind of hands-off. Well, you want to keep that fuel coming. You want to keep people in your, your portfolio. You better frickin' do something about it, right? I've actually seen several GMs basically house rule exactly that, Eingrod. As I've said, I've run in Forgotten Realms several times, and several times I have flat out told my adventurers, okay, I just want you to know, I'm kind of house ruling some examples of the setting. And they're like, what do you mean? Well, the Wall of the Faithless is gone. It's one of the first things I always tell my players. And they're like, huh, okay. And sometimes that's affected the campaign, and sometimes it's just a background thing, but I literally refuse to run a campaign where that wall exists. By the way, in case I haven't mentioned this before, we can't get rid of the wall in this game. It is not allowed. So... anyways. I'm glad to help you. I'm Yurkov. My fallen brother is Grigari. We both hail from the Lake of Tears. We were searching for, Oh, wow, Geludo. That's kind of sad if Perkins himself doesn't actually acknowledge that. See, this is why we just need to call Greenwood and be like, can we just get rid of this thing? See, that's an interesting question, Corrales. Because think about it. As much as I say kind of dismissively, you know, the gods got to go work for a living, the truth is that would almost assuredly generate a large more of direct conflict. Because at that point, all of a sudden, you have a lot more possibility for holy wars. Or holy conflicts. Or even low-level holy, you know, rivalries or ambitions. Because all of a sudden, so many things are going to be far more about the deity and pushing the ideology of the deity than it is going to be about, you know, local concerns or being interested in you know, money or women or wealth or whatever. Instead, it's going to be, well, I am a devout follower of Bob, and Bob says that it's best if you really put in and you muscle in for your work. So, you know. And then other people disagree with them. I mean, that could actually extend to make it so that effectively we all of a sudden have holy conflict, or whatever you want to call that, religious conflict, at every level of society. Alright, I'm gonna have to see that wiki entry. Hang on. Hang on. To the internet. I know you would make a city, Baron, and that's why you're evil and need to die. Everyone go kill Baron, just really quick. Just in the face. It'll be cool. Blah, 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 blah. The players preside the option of everything. Oh, that makes sense, Django. I was going to say, no. But yeah, the ultimate evil path, I guess that qualifies. So I suppose technically the wall does go away in the ultimate evil path. Along with everything else. There you go, guys. We just have to be the ultimate evil in order to get rid of the wall. We have to wipe out reality. Ironically, Bragwin, and this is just me being me, I kind of like the idea that people exist. But also, I like the idea of basically playing up the politics of the deities. Like, it's one of the things I've always found most fascinating about the various deities in Forgotten Realms, right? But honestly, as weird as this may sound, I feel like they don't play up the politics of the deities enough in Forgotten Realms. It's usually more about the politics, how they affect a certain mortal individual. Like, Drizzt runs into that all the time. And Elminster, to use two direct examples. The idea that the deities would have to start conniving and politicking amongst each other, that there would be alliances and connections and coordinations and shifting policies and losses, destructions of gods and raising up a new pantheon. Imagine if in the middle of this politicking and you're a person of the Church of Bob, and all of a sudden you get the information, you know, someone, an avatar or whatever shows up and it's like, yeah, Bob's gone. Bob lost. The pantheon of hazelnuts? That's mine now. So, worship me, or, you know, bad things will happen to you. And then I imagine plenty of people would be like, oh, I'll hail Bob too. And then plenty of people would be like, no. And would switch faiths or become faithless or whatever. And then there'd be plenty of people who would be like, geez, I don't know. And you know, I feel like there's a lot of storytelling potential there. Politics of the gods. There you go. There's your tagline for a world without the Wall of the Faithless. Anyways, I'm sorry. It's funny. The wall. This is so funny to me, and it really is. The wall is only in one of the 5 games we've played for this lore run. This one. And we've actually seen it at this one. So we've seen it once. And the... it's barely mentioned in Forgotten Realms in general. It's in, like, 2 books as a reference. It's mentioned... It has, like, a paragraph in the actual plane manual. In the fugue... It's like a little paragraph in the fugue plane entry. And that's kind of it. And despite having almost... no real presence in Forgotten Realms, it is by far the single biggest thing we've discussed this entire lore. And for 2 weeks, we've been bringing up the wall almost every day. More than anything else, I think that says something right there about the missed potential of writing for the wall, or about the wall. That's true, the Bloodware is hardly anything too. That's valid. But anyways, I'm getting way off topic. Let's go ahead for this. Is your friend still alive? Oh, you're right, but he won't be for long. I could heal him if you let me. I think he'd prefer to be left alone. He fought valiantly and died in defense of his homeland. A death can serve no greater purpose. When a Rashemi dies this way, his spirit may remain as a Telthor. I see. Who is the woman? I'm not certain. Though she spoke of Malar and was able to channel her god's power, I'd say she's a priestess. Malarites are as vicious as they are relentless. Once they've selected a creature as prey, they don't stop until they've succeeded in their hunt. Why was she after you guys? I'm not sure. It could be she needed something to hunt, she received a hunger-induced hallucination, or she had lost her sanity, or it could be all 3. Well, I wish your friend luck in becoming a Telthor. I'll take his gold that he just had on him. This random barbarian had 800 gold just lying around. The Blood War versus the Wall. The ultimate confrontation of suck. I suppose we haven't really talked about the Blood War all that much. How many of you know of Asmodeus' role in the Blood War? Interestingly enough, I agree, Snordotten, on both points. The Scorched Tactics thing and the mortal loss of life. I actually like the idea that most of the deities would be less inclined to kill mortals, even rival mortals, because mortals are suddenly a resource that they care about. You know? Asmodeus. Asmodeus' role in the Blood War. Asmodeus' role! Jesus Christ, game. And yes, Asmodeus prolongs it. That is absolutely correct. See, here's the thing. The Blood War is this great and ultimate, long-standing feud between chaos and law. That's a lie. That's all a lie. What actually happened was way back in the day. The devils and the demons met each other and are like, hey! And it went badly, and they started fighting, and the fighting escalated. So if you hear several people talk about, oh, the ultimate... And many people, even in this very game, have talked about the Blood War as, you know, the ultimate conflict between law and chaos. That is literally a lie perpetuated by Asmodeus in order to control the Blood War as a way of maintaining a degree of... let's call it containment on the nature of the devils and demons thing. So I will go ahead... Oh, sorry. Hang on. Let's go get rid of the giants. Sorry, I forgot to do that. I wasn't even going to talk about the daemons, or the daemons, or however you want to pronounce that. What are you doing on our land? You don't look like a shiny animal. Why is there a tribe of frost giants here? You are sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Go play with your shiny badger friends. If this is your land, what do you have to hide? Yes, Juluta. I, as the Jarl here, that is all that matters. If someone from my tribe happened to take the crown and throw me out, never you mind. You were exiled? Well, my old tribe believed that only the strongest giant should be the Jarl. And if a Jarl wasn't the strongest, he should leave in shame. Any of us could challenge our Jarl for the crown. When I won the challenge, so great was my victory, I also won the respect of the entire tribe. Except Didrik. He was the runt of the tribe, but his strength was in his cleverness. I had just become Jarl, and therefore I had my breath before... and before I had my breath, he challenged me. I was so tired, he beat me easily. So how come there's so many frost giants here with you? Well, the other giants, they is unaware who are the strongest amongst us, and it isn't Didrik, so they followed me, and now we're a new tribe. So now you're exiled. Well, the system wasn't the best, but at least we mostly got a strong Jarl. Although some 10 days, the Jarl was better than others. But the system stays in place till we think of something better. You still have the challenge system? Okay, I'd like to challenge you. You would lose, haha. But I can challenge you. I can become your Jarl. Well, yeah, I suppose, if we want the strongest Jarl that anyone can challenge, but you aren't going to win. Okay, tell me how a challenge works. Well, ordinarily, the challenger only has to show that he can defend the crown for better than the Jarl. So he stands in front of the crown, and the Jarl tries to take it from him. If the Jarl can take the crown and hold it for a while, he wins. If he doesn't, he is knocked out, and he doesn't win. So it's literally just King of the Mountain. Funnily enough, Bragwin, one of the more difficult questions I had to decide on for the Imperium was where souls come from and where souls go. Which I've never actually talked about in any story, and I probably never will, but you know me, I like to do under-the-hood writing, and I mean, it just occurred to me one day, I was like, souls exist within the Imperium. I decided that a long time ago. So where are they generated from? Anyways. You can only challenge once per day to keep things fair. Okay. I challenge you for your crown? Very well. But I is the Jarl, so I can make a new rule. So in this and all future challenges, you're going to have to protect the crown from all giants, not just me. Maybe you're going to have to fight some of us twice, because we're all so excited to beat you up many times. Alright, well, die.
Catch his name.
Frost giants, am I right? Now I is the Jarl. I be giving up. This can bug out, by the way. I'll just go ahead and let you know that right now. Are you done?
I am your...
No, I have not done an actual Planescape Torment Lorerun. And I never will until I take over the world. Then I'll probably do it. Just for fun, you know.
It was a mistake to check.
I'm gonna be the greatest Jarl ever! Or not. We done here?
For the crusade.
Damn right. Deus Vult! Wait, I guess that's the opposite of true, isn't it?
You have need of me?
What's the opposite of Deus Vult? Sure, Baron. I can't think of any example even in fiction, but I'm sure it worked out at least once. Well, no, I mean, like... For those of you who know where Deus Vult literally means God wills it. Which, to get rid of the wall... Yeah. Deus Vert! Wait, no! What did I just cast? I love this game too. Yes, I do. In response to your second question. Does the character have a character sheet on? No. This is a character we just threw together for this run. This is the worst thing to ever happen to me as Jarl. It is even more shameful for me than when Didrik knocked me over and sat on me and called me his new throne. When you as Jarl, you should strongly consider coming up with a better way to become Jarl. I demand tribute! No, no, no. Every village you pass, I want you to apologize for all the wrongs your clan has done and offer to build homes for the people there. I don't trust the Frost Giants to do that, so nope. I'll take this into consideration. Now, camera angles. Now leave. Leave peacefully. Could have killed y'all, as I think I have aptly demonstrated. Before you leave. That actually sounds similar to the general livestream concept, Snordutton. Which, I mean, plenty of fiction does that concept. Ah, the giants are gone. I just need the essence. Oh yeah, sorry, the X gain tag. Oh, I scrolled past it. Terrific news, I must say. I sensed immediately there's something different about you. Alright, so... I'm gonna go ahead and eat your soul. I'm sorry. If my sacrifice can guarantee its sanctity for the future, it'll be my honor. Sorry. Yeah, by the way, the X text there, which was referenced, is experience granted for becoming the honorary Jarl of the clan of Frost Giants and then immediately kicking them out of the clan. Oh, now Grigari's here. So, this land has seen fit to retain my services. But what makes you think I am worthy to be its champion? You arose as a Telthor almost immediately. It's a sign of the land's good graces. How do you propose? I'm a spirit eater, but never mind. Hang on. Let me just go do this instead. If I can remember how to. There we go. Ipul, Zoleno, Zamatka! I mean, hi. Alright, that's dealt with. Wait, which quote, Mega Mike?
It was a mistake to challenge me.
I mean, don't mistake me. This game's fun, and awesome, and great. But I still kind of prefer casting in the first game. Better quotes, better effects. Although spells are debatably worse, but that's a matter of opinion. You know, I wonder what happens if I turn them into chickens. Can I turn them into chickens? What do you know? I can turn them into chickens. Huh. Neat.
The color dip.
You know, I'd say there's a mod for that, but that doesn't surprise me, Corrales. I imagine that was actually a widely requested mod. If they were giant chickens, that would be hysterical. So, let's try and fix this blight. It's been hundreds of years. A creature came through here of the nastiest sort. Seems he wanted to consume this place. As if one creature could do such a thing. Well, when it came time for him to consume me, I turned out to be a bit more than he could absorb at once, left him vulnerable. I was lining up to crush him under my roots, but he left me weak, as though the sap had been left out of me. Oh, dizzy as I was, I couldn't see much of anything, much less crush it, but I did manage to fall on him and break his spine. I don't remember what happened after that, but I think the Woodman had things sorted out by the time I woke. This dreadful pox was the legacy that foul thing left me. Good riddance, I say. So how do I get rid of it? Remove? Oh, I don't think anyone can remove it. It's cursed. It's divinely protected. Some blights are from the land, some are from the gods. It takes someone who's felt both to know the difference. I doubt this could be gotten rid of. I very much doubt it. Most gods who do this sort of work, Talona and the like, are not very keen on exempting anyone from it. Although I suppose that if another god were to take pity on the forest, you might have something there. What slavering windbag of a deity will I need to pander to? Well, if anyone would be sympathetic, it would be Shantia. She used to run wild through these lands in the beginning, before the Ashen Wood ever took shape. She might listen. It would take a strong petition, though. You need to anoint yourself, special mixture. Okay, how do I get that? It would consist of acorns, leaves, and pure sacred water. But you will need a stronger case for Shantia to undo the work of another god. If you were to instead mix 2 tainted items from the forest with the water, I think you would have her attention. Then you mix them together and then, you know, use them on the sacred water. Okay. So I'll take the leaves as one ingredient. I'll have to find the sacred water, which I actually already know what it is. I'm not sure where you'd find the other corrupted thing. Alright, well, we'll have to go look for corrupted things, guys. What in the world? Okay, well, nip. No, I don't want to. Go! Oh my god, his hitbox is so huge. It's hard to not click on him. Alright, Baron, I'm going to give you a chance to not be stabbed in the face. You ready for this? Why would you make the City of the Faithless? A whole city of screaming, dying horribleness that everyone's cool with for some reason. Wrong button. Okay, I did that. While we're here. We're fine. I love the duration of buffs in this. The quality of this now deceased man's clothes and intricacies of his ornamentation suggest he may have been the elder of his ill-fated group. Well, he's super dead. Nope, Baron didn't give a good reason. Alright, everyone go kill Baron. In the face, preferably, because he has just ousted himself as a Nazi, too. And you know my opinion on Nazis. It saves on real estate. So wait, you're a real estate agent who is also a Nazi? Damn, dude. Oh, alright. You know, I'm not here to judge, just here to kill you. In the face. It does, doesn't it, Alpha Host? I've met a few real estate agents in my life. I'm sure there's such a thing as a good real estate agent. Probably. You know, hypothetically, right? Powerful beasts dwell in this place. I can smell them in the air and see their tracks. I recognize this scent. These are descendants of Bala's ancient pact. Although they are not of my clan, we share a powerful lineage. But these creatures have grown ornery. They reek of fear and rage. I would not be surprised if they have long since lost the skill to speak the words of men. Isn't that what I just said, Baron? Oh, you mean... okay, right. People aren't supposed to know about that yet. You're right, my bad. Where is my party? Don't worry, I got this, guys. Jesus. A little bit higher, Platty. Just a little bit. Mostly because I acknowledge that, you know, when I use the word Nazi, I am basically meaning a horrible, evil person, not a member of the Nazi party, or a German, or whatever other way you could describe it. The word is shorthand for horrible human being. Whoops. So, you know, by definition, yeah. But at the same time, you know, I can't, in all good conscience, lower a Nazi by calling them a slaver, unless they happen to be one. Then they're just mega dead. mind. In case it's not obvious, Baron, I am joking. I just want to make that clear, since we live in the era where everything has to be clarified with an asterisk. Do I not have... that should do it. Just making sure. You see a troll corpse, you always burn it. That's the rule. Get some flint and tinder if you need to. No, I believe you, Papa Neeks. I do, really. I mean, I'm sure decent lawyers exist, too. And I'm not even joking about that. Just making sure, Baron. It's the maggot lair all over again. Hello, spirit things. Hello? Hi. Have you heard about your Lord and Savior, my fist? Sorry.
Yes?
I'm in such a habit. I'm looking for ore veins. Like, are there any here? I need to make sure I get them all. Ooh, legendary blood. A little too salty for my taste. Did that work? Yep. Looks like it did. Okay, cool. To the thing. Yeah, true enough, Platty. True enough. Have I named my fist? Not that I'm aware of. It's not grabby and squeezy, if that's what you're asking. The lore. There you go, the lore fist. And I'm sorry for making you choke, Bregwin. And I'm not going to turn that into a joke either. I really wish I could move faster in this game. Through the leaves, wee. Yes, Platty. Very, very similar. Okay, in you go. No? Yeah, okay. In that case, take all. And then... and then I do something. Right. I think I did this last time, too. Hang on. Sorry. I'm telling you, it really would be a great story hook to just have, you know, the destruction of the wall and the consequences thereof. I can also see AO just getting, like, okay, so here's how I see a long-term arc going, right? All the gods are like, oh, and, you know, the whole political era thing happens, right? And then AO is like, you're a bunch of children. And what he does is he basically smacks down all the gods. So they're basically a lot closer in level to the adventurer tier, right? And all of a sudden, even though they're still deities with significant power in their own planes and the ability to, you know, answer spells and whatnot, they're basically like level 20 instead of like level 50 or something, you know? I'm so sorry, Cloudy. So, you know, now, now it gets interesting because now mortals are not only directly involved, but all the high-level mortals are directly a part of the game as well. Because a high-level mortal could literally take on a deity and win at that point. But anyway, so I need another ingredient, please. Please. Oh god, is he not going to give me another one? Yeah, exactly, Carwellis. Could you just man the stairs? He's not going to give me another thing. Okay. Huh. Hang on. Let me cheat in the leaf that he gave me. Freaking stupid. What's the name of this stupid object? Nope. See, what Django would do, he would make it so the wall only accepts elves. And all the elves go there, like, no matter what. They don't get to not go there. That's how that works. How do I get... Sure, Corrales. Let me save first. I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. Epic spell damnation. Okay. Why did you make me get this spell? Just curious. Ah, Cleric, Warlock, Sacred Fist, War Priest, Harper Agent. That's why I couldn't get it. You banish a single foe to the Hells with no possibility of return. You must succeed at a melee touch attack. The target must succeed at a will save. If the target fails, it is dragged screaming to the Hells to be tormented and ultimately devoured by fiends. Creatures that succeed, nonetheless, are exhausted from resisting so powerful an enchantment and are dazed for 1d6 rounds. Not that I would ever send people to hell. Hey, Baron, make a will save. No, Alright, so I have a problem. The leaves are gone. They're burnt. And I can't seem to get new leaves. So... does anyone have, like, a full item code list? Because my item code list does not list the blighted leaves for me to just... edit in. So... I need the blight leaves. The exact item is blighted leaves is the name of it. Yeah. While you do that, I'm going to go get the other... No! Thing really quick. That would be interesting if you cast if you cast Damnation on a demon, See you around Takoida. Then they'd end up going to hell, where they'd be like, no! I imagine if you cast on a devil, they go to the abyss, which would actually really suck. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Alright, where is it? There it is. Why is the... whatever. I'll take that. And that. That's the idea, Django, yeah. Felt your presence, felt your birth, felt it loose my bonds. The time approaches, the time approaches, the time approaches. Scorching vengeance, burning wood, dying forest. The end is near, the forest spirit, the forest essence. Met him once, now will again. He'll pay at last, he'll pay at last. Why are you burning down the forest? Burn the grove, burn the spirit, burn the jailer. Draw him out, smoke him out, draw him out. Sent me from here, sent me from life. Sent me to burn. Undying pain, undying heat, undying pain. So why were you punished? Helped many to find him, all was well. Help you to find him, earned his wrath. He hated you, he feared you, he hated you, he feared you. Okay, so you guided a spirit eater to the woodman and you were punished for it. Same grove, and you return, weakened him once again. You are the key, you are the key, you are the key. You need to stop burning the woods. It's made him too weak to return. Will not stop. Burning brings him, makes him pay, makes him remember. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and put out these flames, one way or the other. A wise decision. This monstrosity must be extinguished. I fought the icy hag. I fought winter itself. Almost lost, and then you drew near, found my strength. Icy hag? Humph, I've heard that whispered by my less gifted students. She fled east. You'll lose too. She fled east. Yep, alright, whatever. I'll go find the hag and kill her. Like you do. Thank you, Growlithe. Yeah, I don't know why my item list didn't have that. So there's the black. There's the bark. There's the blighted. Activate on that. Hello. Okay, how about this? How about this? Why is nothing happening? Seriously, why is this not working? I'm trying to use the tainted item on the pure item to make the frickin' mixture so I can summon the... Can I just kill this guy, like, now? Instead of doing this whole side quest? No, of course not. Well, let's try really quick. Hey, I want to kill you. Nope. Oh.
I will lead now. Follow.
Tarenre Masanabok.
This one stands no chance.
Oh, guys, I'm back. Yes, I was on the phone while I was kind of trying to figure out how the hell to progress with this quest. See, the problem is there's some kind of script going wrong. I may have to just cheat in the finished blighted essence thing, but I'm not sure if cheating it in will advance the story, which is kind of something that I need the script to advance. I need it to not just be, And then I have the item. So we may be amazingly screwed here. So I've got good news and bad news. The good news is we have a decent amount of gameplay left to play. The bad news is I basically cannot finish this game today, which was something I was kind of thinking anyways. The really good news is that even though AV Tomat... Oh, jeez, I never know how to say her name. AV Tomat? Oh, God, I'm just going to stop embarrassing myself here. Oh. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this quest, and then we're going to cut off for the day. Because the really good news is I am taking my niece to the park. So, we would have a word with you. Come forward. I am incredibly insane, but in dead we are at Ulthor, the pinnacle of our order. But the higher one's rank, the higher their duty. A day came by when we realized ours exceeded our own lifetimes. So our prayers were heard, and the gods permitted us to say as Telthors. Well, your hunger is like a vortex amidst the flow of spiritual energy. Oh, of course, that makes sense. Automat Americana. We feel its pull from a great distance, but the threat of that hunger cannot be known without seeing what the countenance it wears. Alright, I'm here. What's up? You have positioned yourself in opposition to your hunger. You'd rather make it gnaw on your own essence before that of another. A brave course, but one that ensures your time is soon to pass. How long will it last? How long before his courage is all that remains of his hunger to consume? A word of advice. There are many who will have designs for being with such destructive power. Most will hide it. Ask yourself, such that remains, what it is you believe. Not the strangers you meet or your companions or your hunger, but you. Okay. We have met other... There was the one with the guide. You remember, he'd hired that tracker to take him to the heart of the forest. He certainly made his mark on the Woodman, but ultimately he got the worst end of it. Not like the tracker, though. No, far worse for the tracker. Quite right. The Woodman considered it a betrayal for the tracker to lead the Spirit Eater to him. Anyone who wanders the forest freely does so only with the Woodman's trust. Okay, so how do I kill the guy? I'm trying to get rid of the blight. How do I petition? I have totally anointed myself. Except Alright, so Corrales, could you please give me the cheat for the anointed thing? Please. What can you tell me about Nadaj? Nadaj is... Oh, jeez, there's a lot of dialogue here. I hate it when it's not voice acted. I found Nadaj to be very right, didn't you? Yes, precocious, without question. We only met her that one time during her trials, but she did impress. She'll go far, I think. It surprised me when I'd heard they'd stationed her with Dalenka. Such different personalities. But I suppose there's a bit Nadaj could learn from her. Nadaj excelled at military trials. She was hasty, yet her strategy was always sound, brilliant at times. Ultimately, though, her success is dangerous. She has not learned the wisdom of caution, which is a quality Dalenka has an excess. Dalenka is very wise, and her judgment has always been impeccable. She is not well liked amongst her sisters, but it's only because she has a reputation for being prickly and bookish. If she'd been the one to play politics, she could have pulled the strings of the Iron Lord in Imilar instead of standing posted a garrison that hasn't seen action the last time they invaded. If she is a fault, it's that she's too quick to second-guess herself and thus slower to act when she needs be. I'm looking for the thing that the fire... What's that gigantic rock? It's a moss stone, it's called. Nothing special about the rock, but those who sleep in its shadow have fancy dreams. Okay, that's cool. What else here? The Blur? Yeah, an ice hag. You sure she's not with you? No, she's gone. Okay, goodbye. Alright. Alright. Hang on. Save. Use on self. Place you under the tree. I pray to Malar, the Beast Lord. No, I'm praying to Shanti. Please, Great Mother of the Land, Divine Warden of all that grows, know that the Ashen Wood is stricken with a powerful blight. Grant me your blessing that I might reverse the damage. Or you could pray to Malar to just get some buff. Perhaps I've chosen the wrong anointment for this particular god. What? Alright, I'm gonna go kill something. Hang on. Something's gotta die for that one. Frickin' wyvern's gotta die. Death to wyverns. In all seriousness, though. Oh, for Christ's sakes. The stone is ancient. Ah, look at this. There's a marker here, perhaps a fragment of a dream left behind. This stone is a signpost. Beneath its shadow we may find that our dreams are sharpened like a blade. In such places, dreams are strong. So we dream. Of course, this all may be old wives' tales, but I think old wives were young, truthful women once, so maybe it's a good time to camp. Oh god, the wyverns are back. I'm gonna damn this one, see what happens. Have fun in hell. That seemed to work. Alright, whatever. I am officially running out of time. I'm basically on a clock here. So I'm gonna go hang out with my niece. Tomorrow, we're beating this damn game. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow. 10 a.m. EST, as per usual. We will wrap up The Mask of the Betrayer. And talk about a few other lore things as we go. I'll see you around, guys.